few years before establishing Purposeful Journeys by MCE, I followed my passion for travel by leading groups to Germany as a volunteer. As a volunteer, I was tasked to lead groups to Germany to commemorate the beginning of the European Age of Reformations with the presentation of the 95 Theses in 1517 by Martin Luther. The complexity of administering multiple trips to Germany led me to recognize the need to form a limited liability company. In 2017, I founded Malone Clan Expeditions, LLC. My trips to Germany and other journeys had been extraordinarily successful. I believed I could follow my passion for creating purposeful travel experiences for others by building on the success of 2017. I did not experience immediate success. I had a lot to learn. I spent much of 2018 doing the things one must do to build the infrastructure a successful enterprise requires. In 2019, Purposeful Journeys implemented plans which were the result of substantial time, treasure, and talent invested in the tangible expression of the dream to share my passion for travel with others. The response of fellow travelers was inspiring. The excitement was palpable. Many people plan to join us as fellow travelers on multiple journeys, including journeys featuring the Passion Play in beautiful Oberammergau, Germany. The Passion Play in Oberammergau began as an expression of thanksgiving to God for sparing the people of Oberammergau from the plague. Since 1634, this world-renowned event has been presented every 10 years. For many people around the world, witnessing the Passion Play in Oberammergau is a bucket list experience that comes once in a lifetime. Many fellow travelers were also looking forward to joining us on a spectacular journey to London, featuring a historic baseball game between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals.
Hi, Mike.
Can't wait to see you. We have an amazing time with you in London. We can't wait to see the group.
You're our favorite guest.
And we can't wait to have fun with you when you come down. See you soon. Bye.
Although the journey to London was to feature a baseball game between the Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals, fellow travelers were looking forward to seeing so much and having such a great time in that fascinating, historic city.
Mike, this is Mark Conroy, your London expert, saying hi. Really looking forward to welcoming you and the team to the greatest city in the world, although I'm probably a bit biased on that count. I'm going to take you on a double-decker old route master bus around the city, showing you the highlights, and then taking you through Westminster Abbey, which is the nation's history in one building. And of course, after that, you're going to have a fantastic afternoon tea. Really looking forward to meeting you all. See you soon.
Breaking news tonight on several fronts on the coronavirus pandemic.
The impact of an unprecedented worldwide economic shutdown seems difficult, if not impossible, to overstate. Those who depend on tourism and travel around the world were decimated. For Purposeful Journeys, years of planning, financial investment, dreams on the cusp of becoming reality, everything was at risk of a total loss. I recognized that all of the hopes and dreams I had invested were not the only hopes and dreams at risk. I have many friends in Europe who make their living in travel and tourism. As 2 weeks to flatten the curve turned into weeks, then months, then extended well over a year, my friends and colleagues in Europe experienced pain and loss. Listen as a couple of these friends share their experiences.
Concerning the COVID-19 in Germany, and especially the hotel branch of the economy, we were hit very hard. Within the first few months, we lost like 80% of the occupation and the bookings. Especially the business traveling were affected, but also the leisure travel. And with the lockdowns hit in Germany, nobody was really traveling the last 12 months. So the hotel business were very hard struck, and many people loses their jobs currently and had lose them already because nobody has some work to do.
The pandemic affected me in my job very hard because in the first place I wanted to start a new job. I already signed the papers and I should start in June, and that was the time where the pandemic was very hard, so I didn't get the chance to start working at the company because they already had to quit my job before I even started working there. So I had no job and I had to search for a new job. During the pandemic was very hard for me.
The feeling of knowing that if Purposeful Journeys could not find a way to keep going, the commitment of dollars and dreams by fellow travelers would also be completely lost was nearly unbearable. I knew we had to keep going, but how? I developed a 3-part plan intended not only to preserve, but to deepen relationships with fellow travelers. First, I resolved that not a single fellow traveler would lose a single dollar in value, or the dream, or the trust they had invested in embarking on a purposeful journey. Second, I resolved to be present to face whatever fear, anxiety, frustration, or anger may come. I resolved to hold meetings, to answer questions, to take every single phone call. Last, I resolved to offer solutions that would not only preserve the dollars committed by fellow travelers, but these solutions could become a source of hope as a way through the pandemic. The lockdowns and uncertainty were a scary time. By and large, fellow travelers remained hopeful, resilient, and remarkably positive. Of course, in the depths of the pandemic, some fellow travelers expressed their fear and anxiety. A few, very few, expressed anger and bitterness that I never took personally. I hope those filled with anger and anxiety by COVID-19 have forgiven and let go of their anger. Nearly all fellow travelers who were looking forward to their journey in 2020 began to look forward in faith and hope with grace to traveling in 2022. There were several expressions of thanksgiving for the solutions offered by Purposeful Journeys. Some fellow travelers took the time to express their appreciation verbally. Some expressed their appreciation in writing and gave me permission to share what they wrote. Part of what Martha B. wrote reads, "Dear Mike, I need to thank you. The situation was so unbelievable due to the pandemic. Who would have thought something of this magnitude would and did happen? I understand how overwhelming this situation has been for you, and you could have thrown in the towel, but you persisted in helping all of us. Looking at it positively, you learned more in regards to your business and never taking anything for granted. Again, thank you for the extreme extra effort in helping me through all of this with your support." Judy S. wrote in part, "I was so excited about the September trip to Switzerland and the opportunity to see the Oberammergau Passion Play with you and fellow travelers in Germany. When I learned this trip was postponed due to the global COVID-19 pandemic, I was disappointed, concerned about losing invested money, uncertain about the future, and worried about life itself. Your proposed solutions addressed all of my concerns and, most importantly, communicated to me and fellow travelers that you truly care about the people who choose to travel with you. Such commitment to address the needs of the customer is rare in the business world. I don't know how you did it, but you miraculously converted a hopeless situation into a hopeful, exciting one." The expressions of hope through the pandemic by fellow travelers was truly inspiring. As vaccines continued to prove effective, as travel restrictions continued to dissipate, Europe has very much looked forward to welcoming us back. My friends and colleagues capture well this expression of hope.
So, and I hope that Germany gets out of this pandemic stronger together, like that everyone is more thankful for the little things. Like I think before everything was selbstverständlich, I don't know the word in English, like everyone was like going to restaurants, to concerts, meeting up with friends was so normal, and I really hope that the people are thankful for the small things and take care of each other.
For the year 22 and the start of the tourism, the restart, I have to say, I cannot tell you how we are all waiting to welcome back guests here in Germany. After the lockdowns, we had time to prepare ourselves, prepare the businesses and the locations, restaurate and rework some parts, getting new stuff, and make the whole year just a thinking process to optimize the whole business. So especially for our guests from all over the world, we are very looking forward to welcome all these guys back, because we are well prepared now. We had like over 12 months to prepare, and I'm personally looking back to welcome the guests, to have the business running, to have life in your hotel, and the buzzing and the lobbies and stuff. And I'm looking forward to welcome you guys from Purposeful Journeys here around in Munich and all our other locations, to have a very nice time and a great enjoy of tourism again.
Passion Play began in 1634 as an expression of thanksgiving to God for sparing the people of Oberammergau from the plague. Since 1634, the Passion Play has been canceled or postponed just 4 times in nearly 400 years. It has been more than 100 years since the last time the Passion Play was postponed. The people of Oberammergau are so looking forward to welcoming us. We look forward to welcoming you as a fellow traveler. Consider becoming a host for a purposeful journey. Share your dream of a travel experience with us. We will empower you to travel with purpose on a journey steeped in history, religious ideas, culture, and cuisine.